Yeah, good morning everyone. So now we want to discuss about the data transfer with overlap. So here we have considered the two locations 8100 and 8102. So in 8100 we are going to store the five numbers, that is 8100, 8101, 8102, 8103 and 8104. We are going to store five numbers, example 10, 10, 10, 10 itself. So that number, so we need to store it from the 8102. So what happens is, since we are using a five numbers, if we take the initial number as 8100 location, so the five numbers will be stored in 8100, 8101, 8102, 8103 and 8104. If you go with the previous program, so just the data transfer, what happens is your 8100 data will be transferred to 8102. Then 8101 data will be transferred to 8104. So 8102 data is already overwritten. So we cannot go with the normal data transfer program. So what we can do is we can go with the bottom approach. So since 810 is there, so we are taking with the 5 counters. So what we can do is we can take 810 as a reference and add 5 to that. It will become 8105. Subtract 1, 8104. So we can go with the reverse order. So first we will transfer the data of 8104 to 8106, then 8103 to 8105. Then like that reverse way if you transfer, so there will be no overlapping will be happening. So let us check. So this is the program for that. So first translate that one, build, rebuild, and we are going to debug. And first let us give the input. So since we have taken this location is 8100 external location, so let us have that one. So we'll give some numbers, 5 numbers, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So this data has to be stored in 8102, 8103, 4, 5 and 6. So let us check a step by step. So first we are initializing the data pointer. So data pointer for the input and output is 81, it will start. So we will set the DPH to 81. Then first we will move R2 to 00 and R3 to 02 and the counter to R1. So you can check. So R2 is set to 00, R3 is set to output, that is 02, that is 8102. We are going to move. R1 is set as a 5 number. Then add R1 with the counter. So it will become 8105, but we want to store the data from 8104 because 5 numbers if you take it will be 8100, 01, 02, 03 and 04. That is where the last number is located. So decrement that one. So your accumulator will be 04. So let us move that one to your R2. That is the last location where the input is given. Similarly, where the output has to be stored, it has to store from 8102 5 numbers, that is 8102, 03, 04, 05 and 06. So 8106 will be the last number. So that will be moved to R3. Next, so we should fetch a number where it is stored, the last number, that is 8104. So that's why we are moving your R2 to DPL. So DPH is already set to 81. So your data pointer will now point at 8104. So that data has to be moved to accumulator first if you want to move to the some external location. So we are moving data which is present in 8104, that is pointing the data pointer to the accumulator by using a command movex a at dptr. So that is 8104, we have stored 50, that has been moved to accumulator. Now we want to transfer the data to the 8106. So where R3 is loaded with 06. So first what we need to do is we need to change the data pointer, that is R3 has to be moved to DPL. So now your data pointer is pointing at 8106. Now to the 8106 we want to move the data which is present in the accumulator, that is 50. So we are going to use a command movex at dptr, a. So now that data has been moved to 8106. So this is the bottom approach we are using. If you go with the normal top approach, the 8102 will be overwritten. That's why we are going with the bottom approach. Now, so one data has been moved, that is 8104 data has been moved. So since we are going with the reverse order, now the location should be 8103. So that's why we are going to decrement R2, and the output location is, instead of 8106, next location should be 8105. So we are decrementing both R2 and R3, and counter whatever the 5 numbers is there. Since one number has been moved, the counter also has to be decremented from 5 to 6. That's why we are decrementing the R1 also. So now you can check. So now what we will do is, whatever the R2 is there, it is 03 is there, that we are going to move that one to the data pointer. So now data pointer will be pointing at 8103. So whatever the data which is stored in the 8103 location, that has to be moved to accumulator. That is 40 is moved to accumulator. Now that data has to be moved to 8105. So now R5 is loaded with 05. So DPL will be set as 05. So your data pointer will be pointing at 8105. So now your accumulated data which is present has to be moved to that particular location. So we are using the command movex at dptr, decrement R2, decrement R3, decrement the counter like this. So we can move all the data. So now we can check. So if we check with 8102 now, so now whatever data which is present in 8100, it has been moved to 8102. The data present in 8101 is moved to 8101. The data present in 8102 is moved to 8103, like that. So the data will be stored like this. Thank you.